Hey folks, Colin here with All. I'm going to show you today how to tie a perfection loop to a fly so that you can add a little bit extra movement to your streamers when you fish them. A lot of you might know the perfection loop for building out leaders, utilizing that loop-to-loop connection on a fly line. This is just a quick way to tie in a loop knot for flies, mostly like big streamers, something that you want to have movement in the water, and tying a loop knot to that is a great way to add a little bit of additional movement. So we're going to go ahead and start by taking your material, running it through the eye of the hook, and giving yourself a little bit of room to work with. And we're going to take that fly eye and kind of do a backwards loop. You can see the overhand loop I've tied here, or just wrapped, is starting behind. And give yourself quite a bit of space in this loop. You're actually going to need to put the fly through this, so the bigger the loop in this case, the better. You can see I've got that fly just to the right of the loop that I'm pinching here. And we're going to run through and do a similar thing that you would with just a regular perfection loop, and take your running end and wrap it around to create yet another loop. Once you have that, you've got control, go ahead and split those two loops with your tag end. And then instead of just pulling that loop through, we're actually going to pull the loop and the entire fly through that back loop. So go ahead and get that set. You can pull on your tag end a little bit to get that to seat down, get that loop a little bit smaller. I'll show you better here now that the loop's a little more controlled. If I pull on this running line, it seats that knot down a little bit more. And again, we want to make sure that when we tighten this down here at this last step, that the tag end is perpendicular to that loop. If that tag end isn't perpendicular, that loop is going to slip on you, and then it's essentially just going to be some sort of barrel knot sitting at the top of the eye of that hook. So what we've got here is a nicely set perfection knot, and that's tied to a fly. We'll just come in with some nippers, clip off that tag end, and now you've got a nice quick loop knot to give your fly a little bit of additional motion when you're tossing a streamer.